Hey y'all, I am about to make vegan potato soup. So I would love for you guys to come and cook with me. Come see what we got going on. And it's always good. So our ingredients, we have some yellow potatoes. We have vegetable broth. I'm gonna use baby bella mushrooms. You can or you don't have to use those if you don't want to. The green onions are gonna be for the garnish. I have a yellow onion. I have some not chicken bouillon cubes, some plant-based bacon that's also gonna be for garnish, and I have some Violife Colby Jack shreds, and it happens to melt really well. So let's get started. So I chopped up my vegan bacon and I put it in the pan with a little olive oil. So I'm gonna crisp it in this pan already. All crisped and ready. I'm gonna put that to the side for garnish. A little onion action. We're gonna cook these until they are clear and aromatic. Also added a couple of heaping spoonfuls of minced garlic. I'm gonna let that cook together. All right, now when your kitchen starts smelling all oniony and garlicky, then it's time for the next step. Let's move on to the potatoes. All right, so this is actually it's 2 packages of these. Each one of these is about 3 pounds, so I have 6 pounds of potatoes in here. Now I just added in about 2.5 quarts of vegetable broth. I use Swanson today. I also like the 365 brand from Whole Foods. I'm also adding the not chicken bouillon cubes to the potatoes as they boil. I'm putting in 3 cubes of bouillon. I'm also adding in some Himalayan salt. I'm just gonna start with probably a heaping teaspoon actually, but I don't want it to be too salty. Listen, I don't do a whole lot of measuring of seasonings when I'm cooking. So I just kind of, decide what flavor I want and what taste I want. So I just kind of season until the ancestors lightly place their hands on mine and say, "It is well, child." Now back to this potato soup. I feel like everything that I cook needs a little black garlic seasoning, so I'll be adding a little black garlic seasoning as well. I chopped up a small pack of baby bella mushrooms just because I really like the flavor that it adds to the broth. So I'm gonna put it in with the potatoes because I want it to boil and kind of add to those other flavors. So I boiled these at a rolling boil until they are tender. And so it's time to take out some and puree. So I'm gonna let them cool down just a little bit. And then I'm gonna do the puree. So I'm getting ready to puree. So I have my heavy whipping cream and I took out some of the potatoes. It looks like probably about maybe 2.5, 3 cups. I just didn't want to overload it too much. So I'm gonna add some of my heavy cream in here. And it already has some of the broth in the bottom to help it. So I'm gonna put it on the blender and puree. I'll be back. So what it looks like after it's pureed. A little steam coming off the top because it's still warm. All right, I took out about 4 cups of broth because I just don't want it to be too soupy. So I took about 4 cups out and set it to the side. I can use it for something else because it's very well seasoned and it is really good. So I can add it to, rice or, other things if I want to use it. But I'm just going to set it to the side for now. All right, so now that I have pureed, I did 2 blender fulls of potatoes. So I did about 2/3 of the, did I do 2/3? Yeah. I did about 2/3 of the mixture that I pureed potatoes. I left about 1/3 of it chunky. But now I'm adding in the Colby Jack shreds. This is Violife, and it is vegan. I'm going to start with 1 pack, and depending on how I like it, I might add another, but let's see. Okay, so I ended up with 2 packs of the cheese because I'm extra like that. I'm going to turn it back on low, give the cheese a chance to melt into the soup, and I'm also going to add in a little parsley. So in order to make our little crusty bread to go on the side of our potato soup, I use some softened Miyoko's vegan butter, and I also use a little crushed rosemary and a dash of salt. I'm gonna put this in the air fryer for a few minutes until it has a nice little toast on it, and we'll be ready to eat. And just like that, the soup is ready along with our garnish. We made it all pretty, and we have our rosemary toast on the side. Last thing to do is get Robert's honest opinion. So let's see what he says about this vegan potato soup. And it's cold outside, so it should be good. We'll see. All right, he just took his first bite, and let's see what he says. Is it good, boo? You like it?
Oh. It's wonderful, boo. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He likes it. He likes it. Okay, so we'll have to check out a few more things and see what else we can veganize. Until next time, bye, y'all.